Welcome to A&B Horror Movies. I'm Aaron, and I'm very excited to be joined today by Marcel Walz and Gigi Gustin. Welcome to you both.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Yes, this is going to be so much fun. I have you both on today to talk about your brand new film, Brute 1976.
You know where you are, right? This place's nickname is Death.
Let's begin.
All aboard for your one-way trip to hell.
No one ever comes out this way anymore. 100 years ago, this was one of the most brutal places in America.
Did you hear that?
The worst of the worst showed up here. Murder. That was the way of life.
One of us is definitely getting murdered here.
Anybody down there?
Be quiet. They'll hear you.
Is that a chainsaw?
We need to get out of here. Why are you doing this?
Why does anyone do anything? What do you believe?
Congratulations. Yes,
Thank you.
I've watched it twice. I loved it. Oh my God, it's so much fun. And it was even more fun the second time through.
Oh, that's a good sign.
Yes, yes. So, and it's about, let's see, it's about a photo shoot in the desert that takes a very dark turn when they cross paths with a family of masked psychopaths. And I'm going to leave it at that. The premise is perfect and it sets the entire film up nicely. So, Marcel, you directed this film, and
Yes.
Gigi, you star as Raquel in Brute
Mhm.
1976. So let's
Ooh.
jump. Yay! Yeah, let's jump right into it. My first question, my first question is for you, Marcel. How did
Yes.
Brute 1976 come about? How did this film come into existence? I know you partner with Joe Netter,
Yes.
who wrote the script.
He wrote the
And can
script.
you?
Yes.
Yes.
And actually, we had the idea years before we had the chance to shoot, actually. We had many opportunities to do it, but we never felt comfortable doing it on that kind of, because the budget was even lower. And we was like, no, we should
Hmm.
wait. At one point, we will get a better budget. And then we had people approaching us, hey, we really like your script, because we were pitching around the town all the time. And then it's like everyone wanted to do that script. So for Brood 76. Well, at that time we called it Brood, just Brood. So it
Hmm.
was not, the title was not Brood 1976. So, but then over the time it's like, hey, you know what we should do? Maybe what about like Brood, called Brood 76? And then if we get a chance to make a sequel, we can called Brood 86 and then 96, and then go on and on and on. And that
Ooh.
is the plan. And so far, we have Brood 76 and 86 already. Yeah, and at one point we like, okay, I think it's time now. And we met those super wonderful producers, Tobias, Dirk and Tobias, and
Mhm.
they loved the script. And yeah, and then we drove to Vegas and did it.
And yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, I'm glad it all came together. So you mentioned 86. Is that a sequel that's definitely coming?
Well, we already shot it,
Or
so it's done. And
I didn't know that.
we
Oh
just
my
yes,
gosh.
we just finished post production, and now we're pretty much ready to shop it around. Yeah,
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh my
yeah.
God, I'm so excited. That's great news. Nice, nice. Okay, where do I go from here? Gigi, my question for you, Gigi, my question for you is how did you get involved with Brute 1976 and what preparation did you do for your role as Raquel?
Well, I think Brute 76 was, what was that, our third movie that we did together,
Yes,
Marcel?
that was right after Garden of Eden.
Right after Garden of
Yes.
Eden. So I had already worked with, Marcel and Joe previously. So I think Marcel already kind of knew like what I could do. So he and Joe offered me Brute 76. And of course the pitch was this is very Texas Chainsaw, very Hills Have Eyes. Your character is very Marilyn Burns-esque. And I was just like, oh my God, this is gonna be amazing. And
Yes.
I fell in love with it right away. And in terms of preparation, just rewatching the horror movies of the 70s, of course,
Mhm.
rewatching Hills Have Eyes, of course, rewatching Texas Chainsaw. I personally drew most of my character's inspiration from Texas Chainsaw, but I wanted to just make sure I understood the period and kind of like the scream queens of that time.
Yes. Oh, and you pull it off so well. I do want to ask you about all the screaming, but I'll come back to that.
There was a lot. There was a lot of
There was a lot of screaming, and
There
you're
was
I
a
so good
remember
lot.
at
one
it.
day.
You're
I remember one
so
day
good
she
at
was
it.
like,
Yes.
"We was it the day with the barn? I think it was the barn
Mhm.
day." And she
Yeah,
was just screaming because that was pretty much the whole. We shot the whole day just that scene, like because
yeah.
it's a long scene anyway, like multiple scenes in the barn, and she was
Yeah.
screaming and screaming the whole fucking day. It doesn't matter was it in the barn, outside of the barn,
Yes.
on the street, doesn't matter. It was like pretty much screaming, and but that girl was just fine the next day. I was like, what the fuck, Gigi?
That's
It's,
impressive. Yeah, go
It
I've got
ahead.
is.
Go
a,
ahead.
I've got a scream demon in me. I don't know.
I think
Mhm.
so. Yes.
And what's even crazier is everyone is so kind and offering me water constantly. But I like to like, especially when you're moving quickly on set, you don't have a ton of time to like prep between like camera setups. And I wanted to stay in that state of panic, so I wouldn't accept any water. And I didn't know if the
Mm.
next day I was gonna be like, but it
She was
was fine. I
fine.
got home though, I was like,
Oh my gosh, especially the second time through watching that scene, I was like, oh my God, she's really screaming in this. Is that the most screaming you've ever had to do in a film? And you mentioned Marilyn Burns. I also want to throw out Caroline Williams from Texas Chainsaw Massacre too. I think
Yay.
you channeled her energy flawlessly.
she's a friend of ours, so I love to hear you say that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, she's fantastic.
But I'm sorry, what was the question?
Oh, so what sort of preparation going into it was there for all of that screaming? And was that the most screaming that you've ever had to do in a
Oh,
film? Garden of Eden, there's a lot of screaming, but I don't know. I think this one
yeah.
tops it.
Garden of Eden, though, was like one really intense scene
Mm,
where I think for Brute, it was most of them. That's for sure. Brute is the
yeah.
most screaming I've done in a horror movie. But I understood the assignment. I mean, when I rewatched Texas Chainsaw, it was very much revved up and that state of panic the entire time up until she kind of turns at the end. So I kind of stay in that mindset up until my character kind of turns.
Yes, yes,
I just
absolutely.
drank a
Well,
lot of water. That's it. Just
yes,
I lubricate ahead of time, and that's about it.
and
And then I
everything's
just
fine.
yeah.
Perfect. And your voice sounds perfect right now. So I'm glad to see there
It,
was
it,
no
it snaps it
no
snaps
no
back
damage. Snaps right
now.
back. Um, so I want to talk a little bit about the tone of this film because it's very different from your previous film, Garden
Yeah.
of Eden. This one is more light. It's comedic, and it's a horror film, but there's some comedic elements in it. My question is, was that always the case with the script, or did it become more comedic as you were filming? Did that sort of evolve into the film that we have now?
I mean, it was always a part of the script and like the idea we had. But also, as soon as we like got to casting and everything, and then especially like Robert Fawcett or Mark Justice, those two characters are for me one of the
Hmm.
funniest in the movie, and it's also just them bringing so much to the character. Um, uh, that's like
Yeah.
they even like they improv some lines here and there, and that is it's just funny. And then we
Mhm.
like, okay, let's keep that in there. It's a good like little nice funny moment till we get to the part when they like, well, he gets his dick destroyed or whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, I do have some questions about that. But speaking
Well,
of
everyone has.
of course, right. Speaking of humor, I love the part where the character is trying to move like this flimsy sort of armoire in front of the door when a guy's coming
Yes.
out at a chainsaw. It's like,
Yes.
oh
And
my
we
gosh.
always like played that kind of thing a little bit because it's like when you think about all the movies from the 70s or 80s,
Mhm.
when you will
Mhm.
see 86, we played with those stupid little moments and we had to put
Yeah.
them in there. We had to. There was no way around that. So
Mhm.
even if some of the audience these days they was like, oh, that's stupid, but watch the old movies and then you
Yeah.
know why we did that, you know?
Yeah, I loved it. And he tells the other character to go hide, and the only place in the room where they could hide is under the
Exactly.
bed. I mean, no
Yeah.
spoilers. But then when the villains come in the room, I don't want to give anything away. They're like, "Oh, she must be gone." It was just kind of funny because
Yes. There is no
where
way.
else would she be? So I do want to ask a little bit about the effects, starting with the mask designs because they're
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And Garden of
It-
Eden, the masks are awesome in that film too. Can you speak to the process for designing the masks and who was
Well,
responsible for
Robert
that?
Kern was doing all the masks and the special effects. So we
Okay.
gave him like I told him, okay, this is what I kind of want. It has to be bird themed because of the birdie family. And
Yeah.
I told him, okay, this is kind of what I want. I talked to him a lot, but then I gave him completely creative control over it too because he's really good. He knows what he's doing, and I trust him. So I told him, okay, let's do it, and he showed
Mhm.
me like pictures, like hand drawn pictures, what he's doing with the mask, and like, oh, this is fantastic. And then he did like a 3D model of everything, and like, oh, girl, this is great. So and then I trusted him, and he showed me the masks like 2 days or yeah a day before shooting, and I was like just in love with them. So yeah.
They're scary. It's like what nightmares are made of. So
Yeah. Well, he
yeah.
told me he tried to do the masks or to build the masks um, with stuff everyone could find or the family could find in the desert to build them,
Mm.
and that's how that was his mindset. And then I was like, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. No, they look so good. Yeah, they're amazing. Let's see, I'll leave it at that. So, Gigi, your character Raquel has a very significant arc from beginning to end. There's an element of her getting beaten down, but then there's also the survivalist element that comes through. Um, how was it approaching that from an actor's perspective to make it seem real and believable in the film? And I guess Marcel, what sort of advice did you give in directing Gigi to make it work?
I mean, Gigi, you can go first if you want.
I mean, I'd say just being an actor in general means being in a constant state of survival mode. So,
Comes
being
naturally then.
being any sort of creative in LA, I think puts you in a constant state of survival mode. So it wasn't too difficult to pull from.
Mm.
In fact, I think that Raquel is probably one of the most relatable characters because I think that she's the one where I think we can all relate to just wanting more for yourself, but feeling like, you're just completely down on your luck and nothing is going right. And then the second there's a glimmer of hope, hanging on to it. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, I guess my process is always just like pulling from, truth and finding like my source. And really that was pretty easy to tap into, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah, awesome.
And Marcel
Did-
pretty much just lets me fly.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying like Gigi go first because at the end I told Gigi is one of those actresses I trust 100% and even I probably even more. So she
Mm.
knows what she's doing, and I am there. That was our third movie. We did 86 together, and there's more coming. And she understands the character, and if there is something weird, what is like, hey Marcel or Joe, this doesn't make any sense to my character because she kind of lists that character for a while, and I love that she's
Mm.
bringing it up because if someone really knows the character, it's her, and she spends a lot of time with like studying it, and I love that I always give my actors like music for them for like the characters. So hey, this is music the character would listen to, or this is a music song or whatever that brings you
Oh,
into the
cool.
mood, and she appreciates that and she does that, and then I think because music for me is like one of the most important things to get in a mood or to get out of a mood. and I think that's good for an actor to relate to whatever is happening on screen or for the character in the scene. So, and
Yeah.
she flows with it, and if she's not comfortable with something, she's bringing it up, and I love that because that's also important because as a director, you have so many like actors
Mhm.
or what everything, and then there's maybe one thing you might miss at one point, and then I love
Yeah.
that she is comfortable enough with me to bringing it up and telling me, Marcel, I don't know about this, and then it's like, oh shit, Gigi, you're right, and
Mhm.
but she was never actually wrong about anything, and it's like, yeah, girl, you're right. Let's work on it.
Aw,
Yes.
love you,
Yeah.
Marcel. I would say Marcel and I have a very good collaborative working relationship, especially like the weeks leading up to getting to set, which is why I
Mhm.
think it gives me a lot of freedom to try things when I get there because Marcel and I have already had the discussions by the time the cameras are rolling. So I already know where I want to head. And if I go too off track, same thing. I feel like he always feels like he can come to me and vice versa. And I think there's usually something really great that always comes out of it because Marcel makes me feel very comfortable and actually encourages me to take swings. And I always know that he'll like reel me in, like if it makes sense, or he'll let me fucking go wild if it makes sense. So for me, it's like we get the conversations out of the way, and then when we show up, we're ready to just kind of like play finally.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I love that the collaborative energy coming from you two
Yeah.
through
Because
Zoom is
I think
very
it's because
intense
he's
and
also
yeah.
very creative. Like Gigi,
Mhm.
he produced and acted and made her own movie like Stiletto, and that shows how creative she is there. So I think when an actor is also a very creative mind and is not just someone who's reading lines, that helps a lot.
Mhm.
Oh, shucks.
Yes.
I
Oh
mean,
my
that's
gosh.
that's
So
that's
nice.
also
Yeah.
in general. I mean, I'm happy that I got like a lot of
Yeah.
actors like that, but it's like Gigi because now she's like a very big part of this movie, the next movie, and the upcoming movie. So I'm happy that she is um, like she has a creative mind, and that helps me a
Yeah.
lot. So I
Create it.
have that's one of the lists I don't have to worry about. Well, great, check.
Excellent. Excellent.
Fine.
We won't mention anyone else. I mean that's amazing. Creative talent and a true talent all around, from my
Yeah.
perspective. So I want to talk a little bit about the intense scenes because, like, I said there's some comedy, but there's also some intense chase scenes. And Gigi, I
Yeah.
think you're in most of them, like the first in the
Probably.
beginning, in the tunnel.
Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
curious to know if that's a real tunnel because
Yeah,
that's
yeah, it
right.
is. Everything I have to say that right now,
Frightening.
right
Yeah.
away. Everything you see in the movie is like Joe shot a movie there previously to Route 76, but it was a space movie. But he like knew the location already. It is a ghost town close by,
Oh.
yes, by Vegas, and we pretty much I went there like a couple of weeks, like 2 months or 3 months before writing the script, and I
Mhm.
made a video out of everything, like from the whole town. And Joe rode around that town. That's why we kind of that's how we saved money for like this kind of budget movie. So it and we incorporated everything in there, so it looks like, oh, we built everything.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so authentic. Yeah. So you didn't have to add anything. I'm
I mean, we had
fascinated
to,
by this.
there were
Some
some we
things.
had to
Okay.
add, but
Okay.
like all the biggest pieces were there. Like there was the airplane, the crashed airplane. It's like,
Mhm.
hey, let's shoot something here and
Mhm.
there, and it's
Oh,
like,
it's so good. Yeah.
and it looks like that was all planned. I mean, it was planned, but it's like all like.
It's all planned. If you want me to edit that little part out, I can. But seriously, the tunnel, it's like My Bloody Valentine. I mean, I know it's not a mine, but My Bloody Valentine vibes. What was it like filming in a tunnel like that?
Well,
That was fun.
you want to go first? I can. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I would say we spent so much time in like the blistering heat. that I think we were actually excited to get to the tunnel. I
Yes.
think I can say both Marcel and I, and all the cast and all the crew was like, woohoo! It was an
I think you even say I need some shade in the scene leading
yeah.
up to it. So there you go.
Oh yeah, and she gets her shade and more.
Mm.
But it was a lot of fun though. I
Yeah.
loved it because talk about really being like submerged into the world. Like it
Yeah.
really just
Yeah.
it felt very authentic, I would say.
Mm.
Yeah, I agree on everything. So also like that morning we shot like pretty much the whole opening in one day. So
We
Mm.
did.
and
Oh wow.
yes, it was a lot. But also like it, the morning was so freaking hot. I don't know why. So we spent because we couldn't get any real shade on the street there.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
like from the camera department stuff, like the everything there was a little bit of a shade there. But Gigi was sitting in that freaking car, beautiful car,
Yeah.
like for
It's
hours,
nice.
and then
Mhm.
Yeah.
that was just like a lot. So at the moment we got to the mine, I was like, oh, and it was actually cold in there, and I was like, what is going on?
It
And
was. It
but it
was.
was also so like creepy in there, like
Yeah.
it's like endless tunnels
So,
and everything is like
okay.
it was really freaking creepy. But at the end of the day, I don't know why. Like this, as soon as we like we're done, we're like wrapped up, and then I
Hmm.
got sick, and I was like not feeling well. So because I think it was
Oh
because
gosh.
yeah, between the like the super heat and then getting super cold, like it was
Yeah,
like a thing. I
I
was
think so.
Mama was not happy, but
Mm.
yeah, it was a great. It's the opening, everything, like a little BTS like thing is the moment she like there is a fire stunt in it,
Mm.
and
Hmm.
oh no, I'm not mentioning
Yes.
that. Don't worry, but it's like no, but it's like that.
There
Our
is.
actor Mark Justice, he told us on set, like, oh, so by the way, I also do a fire. I make fire stunts, and Joe and I were like, oh, that's interesting. So Joe added the character of Paradise, the killer
Hmm.
with the bag and the
The,
torch and everything.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He added that in the movie. So in the script and told Gigi like 2 days before or 3 days. What was it? Or a day before? I don't know.
Something like that. I
Yeah,
was like,
and it's
what?
like, oh, Gigi, by the way, here are the new. That's the new opening, and he added some stuff, and she's like, "There's Fire
I
Stunt."
was so excited. He's like, oh, new pages for
It's
tomorrow.
so
Nothing
good.
crazy. I was like, nothing crazy. I read it. It's like Raquel sets paradise on fire. I was like, really?
Yeah, that
Yes,
was,
Okay.
yes.
and then and Mark is playing so two characters. So he's playing the one of the main characters from the group, and then he's playing also Paradise under the mask.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that makes sense now that you say that. And later on the film, isn't his mask kind of singed from the beginning? I think I
Yes. So
picked
it's
up on
there's like
that. Yeah.
little burns on it, and his
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you mentioned the heat. I was going to ask how hot was it in the desert? There's a procession scene in the final act, which I think is filmed beautifully, and it just looks awesome to watch. But as I was watching it, I was thinking, I bet they're all really hot while this is happening.
So all the sweat you see is real, and all the like the dizziness in their eyes, that's all real. So it's not like
Oh,
and that's why I'm kind of happy about that, to be honest, because you can feel and kind of smell the movie watching it, and I love
yeah.
that fact. That's
Hmm.
the same thing with me. And when I watch Texas Chainsaw, the original, you can feel the dirt, you can smell the movie. That's a movie you can smell like in your living
Oh,
room
yeah.
watching it, and or also like um what's the, my brain is fried. I there's another movie at the same I forgot
The
the
same
title.
time frame. Okay.
Oh,
No,
Devil's Rejects?
the Devil's Rejects.
I knew
Okay,
it.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Or it
Yes,
makes you just
yes.
want to go,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
This feels
yeah.
just dirty, and I hope people have the same I read many like
Yeah.
reviews, like when people tag me in something, like, oh, this is a movie I think I have to shower now, or I watched Brood 76, I have to shower now. This
Mhm.
is, and that's reviews I like.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that is 100% accurate. So, so your film is set in the 70s, obviously, right?
Yes.
1976. What are the challenges with making a period film? Because it really feels like the
Oh,
70s. So, from a director's perspective, and then
yeah.
Gigi, from an actor's perspective, what sort of preparation goes into making that 70s vibe?
It was a lot. So Joe looked really deep into like props and everything to find
Mhm.
actually makeup from the 70s. It was unopened and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, wow.
And Jen is using it right away. Well, anyways, but um, but we found so many good like everything from the 70s, and that's why we that was also another reason why we were choosing that ghost town, because it was
Mm,
easier for us for an independent low budget production to, okay, it's
yeah.
in the middle of nowhere, it looks very old already, so this is easy for us to
Mhm.
make a period piece there instead of like in LA in the city,
Yeah.
so that would have been like millions of dollars, but now shooting it out there. So we need the most important thing was the cars, like the
In the
van,
beginning, in the van. Yeah.
so all
Mhm.
that. And the only thing is like we had to be very careful with like because it was an tourist attraction that goes down, and we only like we rent out like different parts of the town, because it was open, so people went
Oh.
there like taking pictures and everything, and they saw us running around with chainsaws. Well, it's
Nothing to
Vegas, so
see
it's
here.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like and I took care of the wardrobe, so it was also like very
Mm.
um I love doing wardrobe. I love fashion and all that kind of stuff. So it was I love to dig into the 70s styles and everything.
Mm.
And even more for part two, I have to say it. 86, that was like,
The
oh god, that was
80s.
everything for me. I like getting all
Yeah.
that wardrobe was like, oh
I can't
yeah.
wait to see part two. Um, Gigi, do you have anything to add as far as playing an actor in the 70s to complement the wardrobe and the feel on set?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll say, I mean, as an actress, wardrobe for me personally is so important. I feel like my
Mhm.
character when my wardrobe is on. And so for me, when, you see all the period cars and like I'm in my wardrobe and I feel like the character, I feel like the period and I just lean into that.
Mm.
I mean, I'm like a little chameleon. Like if you put me in water, I'm gonna swim. So if you put me in 70s, I'm gonna be
Yes,
a
yes.
70s girl.
Excellent. I love that. And well, you're chained up a few times too, so it gets pretty dark. Um, Let's see.
Yes, it
So I've got
does.
it does, yes. I don't want to give anything away. I've got to ask about the nightmare drill scene. So we touched upon it a little bit. There's a hole in the bathroom, and our special character decides to partake in what might happen on the other side of that hole. I'm trying to dance around the subject here.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
and and things go badly for this individual.
I
How did you
know.
pull that off with the drill and yeah.
We knew we need a scene in there who's like, okay, this will be, I hope, or everyone hope that will be the talk of the town for like when the movie
Mm,
comes out, and so far it is. The only problem right now is because the movie's out on just for now on Prime as like a censored version, so you can't see what's happening there. They
oh,
they blurred it out, so but
oh
there's an
my.
unrated version coming on September 30th, and
Okay.
also there's a Blu-ray and DVD coming. I am soon, like a
You're
special
answering all my
edition.
questions. Awesome. Yes, yes.
So yeah, but um, going back to the Wiener part.
The
It's
wiener
like
part, yes.
um, it was a lot of fun to shoot. I have to say that, and um, Robert Kern, the special effects makeup guy, he just nailed it because
Mhm.
it looks really really good. And we had just had a premiere for the movie, and everyone's response was great.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. I can imagine. I bet there were lots of sounds coming from the
Oh, it was
audience
a lot, yeah.
There was.
So
when that
There was.
started.
yes, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. It's so fun though, right? The whole thing is so much fun.
First of all, the scene is ridiculous. I mean, who would do that in, like,
Oh, of course, right?
I
The
mean,
two fingers come
he was
through.
hoping that one person would like be on the other side, but I mean, I would never do that. Even it doesn't
Of
matter how
course.
horny I am. So, but
It's good to know.
it's yeah, right. So, but this is just like everyone feels the like how ridiculous it is, but then also like
Mm.
as soon as the drill comes in, everyone's like, "Oh shit!" So
Yeah.
everyone knows
Yes.
something is happening, but nobody thought we will stay on it for so long.
For so long. Oh, yeah. And he's like, oh, that's different. It sure is different. But the character,
But it's
I
also very interesting that everyone is already like weird and uncomfortable, like as soon as he pops it in, like before anything is happening, and it's like, oh. And then you can see like people like because
oh, and then,
and then it's like doing
oh,
this
yes. Yes. And then the drill comes in. Oh, my
and
gosh.
everyone is already like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I mean maybe that's just the like the US the American audience, because like in Europe or Germany we're like, yeah.
Mm.
And in Europe it's like or in France like we
Ah.
it's like
There it is. Oh, my
it is,
gosh.
yeah.
It's so good. And the character, the way he's written right up until that point, I forget his first name. I apologize. It's perfect because it just seems like
No, it
he would
does make
totally
sense
do
for him.
this.
Yeah.
It does make sense for him. I was going to ask about a physical copy, but you already answered that. Keep me
Yeah,
updated
it's
because
coming.
I'll
I'm
definitely
not
get.
allowed to say which company, but it's a great company, and they release it, I think, in October.
Awesome. I will definitely get a copy. Congratulations to you both on that. Let's see. So, for those who haven't seen your film, how would you describe it using other films like Alien meets Predator, but obviously not those two? I mean, I could name like five right now, but
I
I'll
know,
let you mention a
it's
few.
very, very obvious, and then it's
Mhm.
like, I it is Texas Chainsaw and The Hills Have Eyes, but I would also say a little bit more the Hills Have Eyes remake though than the
Mm.
original Hills Have Eyes. And then I
Yeah.
would definitely put in The Devil's Rejects, but
Mhm.
it is very obvious, and it's like I'm just surprised when people say, "Oh, they just rip off The Hills Have Eyes and Texas Chainsaw." Yeah, but it's obvious we do. I mean, it's not a rip off. It's like it's our love letter to those kind of movies,
Yeah.
and
An
and I
homage.
haven't seen that in
An
so long.
homage. Yes.
Yes, and I haven't seen that in so long. So, and I think sometimes we do need those kind of movies again. It's just what
Mhm.
it is. And so we're getting so many like um, artsy horror movies right now. So it would be nice to see just like a throwback, nice
Yeah.
little movie like from the 70s again,
Mhm.
because the fan base from those kind of movies is huge, and I love those movies, and Joe loved those movies, and everyone who was involved in the movie loved those
Yeah.
kind of movies. Same thing with our Brood 86. It's like it is a love letter to all the 80s, Friday the 13th, The Burning,
Mhm.
everything is like Sleepaway Camp. It's there's so many homages
Oh,
in there, and
yes.
it's I think I don't want to call it
Cool.
like a rip off, because I don't want to rip movies off. I just want to feel the same feeling again, because I know I will never, like, there is no chance to get another movies from the 70s, like
Mhm.
original 70s movie, because we've seen them all. So
Yeah.
we have, if we want to get the same feeling again, we have to make those kind of movies again, and that's what we did. And if someone is
Mhm.
like saying, "Oh, they ripped it off," well then watch the original Texas Chainsaw and you will be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. I didn't think you ripped it off at all. In fact, I think you captured.
Yeah, but there's like I understand when people saying that, but this is just our a love letter to the 70s, and we will
Mhm.
never like I just said, we will never get an original 70s movie again. So that's why we have to make them.
Yes. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that makes sense. But what I
Yeah.
would say is I think it feels new, it feels
Yes.
fresh, but it's also nostalgic at the same
Yeah.
time. It's like a
Yes.
throwback to all the films that I loved growing up and still do to this day. And I think that's one of the reasons why I loved your film so much,
Great.
because it was
I
like
love that.
takes me back, but it's also modern and fun.
Yes.
So yes. So again, congratulations to you
Thank
both.
you.
I
Thank
do have
you.
yes, yes. If you're watching and you haven't seen Brute 1976, make sure to check it out as soon as you can, and hopefully the unrated version, because you'll get
September 30th.
you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Let's see. So you talked a little bit about what's coming up, what's next for you both. So Brute 1986. I also wanted to give you a moment to talk maybe a little bit about Garden of Eden, which is another film that you did that just came out this year. If you could just say a few things about it.
Yeah, it's very different to
Yeah.
this movie and any other movies I
Mm,
did and maybe saw.
mm.
So it is very controversial. I got many messages like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then like, "How dare you?" And da da
Oh
da da
my
da.
God.
Yeah. And then, but it is very different. I like it, but it's. I understand when people would say I'm not a fan. It is.
Mm,
Um, that's all I can say.
okay.
To be honest, this is it's very gory. It's very controversial. It's very like
Shocking.
it's
Mm.
shocking. It's not everyone's cup of tea. That's all I can say.
But it's tasteful, and I think it's done well, and it stays with you, and it makes you think. So
Okay,
I
great.
appreciated it. So
That's if I get this like reaction out of it, fantastic.
right. And if you're watching
Yes,
yeah, if you watch Garden of Eden and you're feeling down, perhaps because of the dark tone, then you can watch Brute 1976. There you go. It's a
yeah,
perfect
exactly.
double feature. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. And Gigi, you also star in Garden of Eden, a very dark role, and a brutal, I guess I'll just say a brutal ending for your character, and I'll leave it at that. But Gigi, I do want to ask you about Stiletto, because I know that's coming up, and you were the mastermind behind that film. You star in it. There's some other horror legends in it. I actually got to talk with Russell Todd recently about
Oh,
Friday the 13th Part 2 and Chopping Mall. But we did talk a little bit about Stiletto. So can
yeah.
you say a little bit about that? I can't wait to see it. I'm very excited for your new film.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a stripper slasher, but it's a little bit more, I think, smart
Fantastic.
than a lot of modern
Mhm,
day slashers. It's also a revenge story, and we struggle with, themes of like sibling grief and redemption. So it's a lot of fun, and I did it's co-written by me,
mhm,
co-produced by me. I completely funded it myself, and I star in it. So I definitely wore a ton of hats. We're announcing distro hopefully next month. We do have a deal. We just are still kind of tying everything up and inking everything. But I think that the timing is really great for me because I feel like Brute 76 is kind of like my little Scream Queen entry. Like Marcel's the
yeah,
first person to really give me a chance to even, be in a film that long and really get to step into my Scream Queen era. And
mhm,
so I hope that like this will kind of break me into the community a little bit and that they will also receive Stiletto with open arms because that's really my showcase. So for me, it's like a really good slasher year,
yeah.
and I'm just very excited for everyone to see everything.
Oh, very exciting. I'm very happy for you. Keep me updated on that. I'd love to have you on in the future and maybe Russell too to talk about Stiletto, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. In terms of what's next, are there other horror subgenres you'd like to explore now that you've done a few? Maybe zombies or
I
werewolves,
mean,
found footage.
there's like projects coming up that I mean, Gigi and I were doing something together, but that's
If you
I'm,
can't talk about it, that's
I
fine.
mean, we can. It's a slasher, but I mean,
Okay.
that's all we can say,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't want anyone stealing our ideas.
Yes.
That's
We're
smart.
But
like,
it is something I wanted to do for a long time, and I'm very excited. We're right now in the script is getting written right now, and then it's like I'm a huge fan so
Oh,
far, and
awesome.
that's that, and then I would love to do like a nice sexy vampire movie, like
Mm.
um like yeah something
Yeah.
something very modern, like a stylish vampire movie. That would be great. Or
Without a lot of teen angst. Do like
yeah, it's like
a
yeah,
smart film.
I'm not a huge fan of the vampire like thing, but it's like this is something
Mm.
I would love to do. Or yeah, and then because that's something I haven't done yet, and we start shooting next week a
Mm.
movie, which is also very different to my stuff I've done before. It's a creature feature, and
Oh, I love creature features.
I know
Count me in.
we'll see. It will be a lot of fun for sure. So yeah.
Awesome. Excellent. And lastly, just one thing I wanted to mention about Brute 1976. I love the post-credit scene, so I won't say anything more. But if you're watching and you haven't seen the film, don't turn it off. Watch it to the very
Yeah.
end.
Yes.
Yes, excellent. Let's see. So as I mentioned before we started recording, I like to do a this or that segment at the very end. Basically, I
Yes.
ask you two things. In most cases, there's no right or wrong answer, and usually it's kind of fun. So let's
Great.
see.
Let's do it.
The first one's
usually?
it.
Not all the
Usually,
time?
yeah. Well, you'll see. The
Okay.
first one I have to ask: The Hills Have Eyes from 1977, or the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974.
So do we have to like she answering for it, or like who, or same
You
time?
can
It
go
doesn't matter.
first, Marcel, and then Gigi.
Um,
Yeah, just jump in. Which one
well,
you
I would
Okay.
say
prefer?
Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah,
I would also say Texas Chainsaw.
I think so too. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. So, Wrong Turn from 2003, or House of a Thousand Corpses, also from 2003.
House
Um,
of a Thousand Corpses for me.
Does have the Texas
Wrong
Chainsaw vibe.
Turn.
Wrong Turn.
Yeah,
They're both great. It's hard. Yeah.
It's
that is a hard
tough.
one because they're
Yeah.
also so fucking different. Oh my god.
Tough to compare.
I would stay with Wrong Turn because that
Mhm.
freaked me out when I watched for the first. I remember that I was like, oh, this is actually creepy.
Oh yeah, I saw it in the
Yeah.
theater. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Would you rather spend the night in a cemetery or in an abandoned carnival?
Carnival.
I think
That's fun.
Carnival.
Yeah.
Carnival.
Fewer dead people, right? Okay.
I mean,
Good.
they have popcorn there probably.
That's true. At least
Yeah,
the
we
machine.
have food. We have food, Marcel.
Yes. It'll be
See,
fine.
the first thing we think about is like, where is the food?
Where's
You just
the
have to
snack?
Where's the face?
bring your own popcorn, maybe. All right. Let's see. Okay, an easy one here. Maybe Scream 1 or Scream 2.
Scream 1.
Scream one.
Yeah,
Easy peasy. My cat is named after Wes Craven.
Oh, I love
Well,
that.
he goes by Wesley, but long for
Wesley.
Wes.
Love it. Awesome. Let's see. Do you prefer a gory bloodbath of a film or a psychological slow burn?
I like psychological, but I don't want that burn to be too slow.
Yeah.
Too slow, yeah.
You know?
I think I would go.
Maybe a little bit of both. But,
Yeah, a little bit of both, but I would go with the gore, I think.
yeah,
Or would I? Oh, that's
like
not
some French extreme films.
well.
I know.
there
Depends on my
You got me
mood.
with the French extreme, so I would go. But here's the thing: one of my favorite movies is Martyrs. But
This is good. Yeah.
So, but that's both kind of.
Yeah.
You know. So
There's a slow burn for sure. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know.
Okay. Well, both if it's done well. Okay.
These are
okay.
impossible questions.
These are impossible questions. Okay, next one. Back to movies. You just pick one or the other. Hereditary from 2018 or Midsummer from 2019.
Hereditary.
Hereditary.
That one was
Okay.
easy.
Yeah.
Yes, you're both on the same page. Killer clowns or possessed toys?
Uh,
Toys.
um,
Toys.
Because that's Chucky, right?
Yeah, like Chucky or
So that's like
demonic toys
that kind of
or
thing.
like Art the Clown,
I mean,
Pennywise.
I go killer clown, I think, because the
Yeah.
possession stuff for me, I'm like, eh. I loved all of it at a certain point, and now
There's
I'm
a
like, I don't even want anything to do with it.
I love that. I've got to mention there's this new film called Halloween, like Halloween, but hell. And
Mhm.
it's about a
Oh,
serial killer and he dresses up like a clown and it's terrifying. So check that out. Add that
Oh,
to your
isn't that
list.
kind of new? I
It's
think
a
I saw a
it's a
poster or something.
British, yeah, it's a UK film. Yeah,
oh,
it's very
Okay.
good.
interesting.
It's
Okay,
very
great.
good. Where am I? Okay, I have to ask this. I was trying to figure out how to fit these in. The Hills Have Eyes remake from 2006 or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake from 2003.
Oh,
That's a tough one.
that both are fantastic. I have
They
to
are
say
both
that.
so good. Yeah.
Both are fantastic, but I would go with Hills Have Eyes
Hills
because
Have Eyes.
there's
Okay.
so many scenes in there. They're so iconic. Like
Mhm.
the whole like scene in the trailer, like the in the van and in the camper. This is I would
So good.
go. It's and the music is so fun. Hills Have Eyes.
I
Okay.
think same.
Yeah.
Same.
Same. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Some TV shows here. I think I know what you're going to say. American Horror Story or Channel Zero.
Well,
American Horror
I don't
Story.
even. I don't. I'm refusing answering that.
Okay. That's what I
Too
thought.
obvious. Too
American Horror
obvious.
Story. Okay.
This is.
Okay.
I mean, this is
Okay.
not. I mean,
Okay, okay. American Horror Story. So the last two, this one's kind of fun. Friday the 13th, Part 3 from 1982, or Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 3 from 1987. So
I'm not a
Dream
fan of
Warriors.
either.
Oh, you're not?
Um.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I like them, but it's not like oh. Um.
Okay.
I
I
would
say
go probably with.
I go Nightmare.
I would go.
Nightmare.
I would do Nightmare
Dream
too. Yeah.
Warriors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. And then Jason, of course, gets his hockey mask in part 3.
I know.
Okay, last one. The Jaws franchise or the Halloween franchise?
Halloween
No,
franchise.
Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love the first Jaws. I
The
have
first
a
Jaws, yes, is so
poster
good.
behind museum glass above my toilet.
Oh, yeah. Did
Yeah.
you get to see it on the big
I
screen
mean,
for
yeah,
the
the first one
50th?
is yeah,
Yeah,
but
No.
there's too
I
many.
didn't
There's
either.
like Halloween 1, then Halloween 3, then H2O. It's like too many Halloweens. Like they're good. They're too
Mm,
good, except the other
yeah.
ones. But you know,
Do you think Michael Myers is truly dead? Do you think he'll be back?
I mean,
Yeah.
here's the thing: is like Halloween
Yeah.
3 is one of my favorite movies, and so I even like
Mm,
that one. So and it's so
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Well,
And we don't
thank you
want to talk
both.
about Jaws 4, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you see the shark like twice in the whole movie. Um, well, thank you both for chatting with me and for playing
Well,
along with
thank
the
you for
this
having
or
us.
that
That was fun.
Yes, the this or that
Yay.
segment. Congratulations on Brute 1976. Again, if you haven't seen it,
Thank you.
check it out as soon as you can. If you're watching, like and subscribe because it helps my channel. And Marcel and
Yes.
Gigi, one last time, thank you so much for talking with me
No,
today.
thank you. That was
Thank
great.
you.
That was a
Awesome.
lot
That
of
was a
fun.
lot of fun. All right.
Yes.
Bye, everyone.
Yay. Bye,
Bye.
guys.